Hello guys and welcome back to my very own station of Guronics Academy. Today we'll be discussing something about importance of public expenditure. Public expenditure is even known as government's expenditure, and it is incurred, and this expenditure is incurred by central and state government. So the public expenditure can be used as the lever to raise aggregate demand. So aggregate demand is from the side of all the household, whereas only demand is from the side of individual household. Okay, so this term is specifically devoted more towards macroeconomics, and this is represented as AD. Okay, and aggregate supply will be represented as AS, and thereby to get the economy out of recession. So what do you mean by this term recession? Again, recession, remember, recession is never good for economy. Okay, in this period there will be losses, there will be no good utilization of resources, there will be not fuller utilization of resources, and like the labor force will be not fully utilized, capital infrastructure will be bad, so it's very bad for an economy. Okay, on other hand, through variation in public expenditure, aggregate demand can be managed to check inflation in economy. So it is actually an indicator, and it will check whether there's an inflation in an economy. What do you mean by the term inflation? Okay, so inflation is when the price level increases. Okay, so we shall see this in the form of one demand graph. Okay, I guess you remember this kind of stuff. Alright, so this is a demand curve. I represent it as D and a D over here. Great. So this is the demand graph. So as you see, if the price rises, we can purchase little amount of quantity. But if the price falls, we can purchase more. And if it falls, as you can see, it's falling to its max, we can buy much more. Okay, so as there is inflation, which means the rise in the price, the purchasing power will decrease, so the quantity bought over here is less. Public expenditure can also be used to improve income distribution. So what do you mean by this term, income distribution? So an economy, it can be the reason that an economy is facing inequality in income distribution, like the rich people are getting more rich and poor are getting more poorer. So this is actually one of the indicator which can again re-establish one fundamental relation between them and can stabilize the economy to direct the allocation of resources. Okay, so that resources are not they are actually used. Okay, so many a times it is seen that resources are unutilized and they are never used. Okay, so technical easy and technical term is never used in the desired lines as the way we want, we can't use them, so that's the bad thing. Okay, and to influence the composition of national product. So public expenditure even influences or contributes to NP, national product. So again, NP is not the short form. We have the short form. We will be covering this in the national income. If you want to see, I'll be giving the links down below. It plays a useful role in alleviating mass poverty. So mass poverty. So we know that, like in India, if we take the example of India, okay, so we are facing a mass poverty over there. But if expenditure comes into play and it is induced to this sector, the poor sector, so we get an upliftment over there. So in developing countries, the variation in public expenditure is not only to ensure economic stability. So it's not all about economic stability, but there are two more things. It even generates and accelerates economic growth. And the best part, they actually even give the employment opportunities, which I think is the best over here. So what are the three things which I can understand? The first thing will be generation or the acceleration of economic growth. Economy बढ़ती है, increases, okay, and to promote in employment opportunities. Employment, see, in our country like India, we are actually having low infrastructure. That is the reason we are having many people, but the employment, the placement for employers is very less. So that is why we are struggling with the problem of unemployment and underemployment. Okay, so this brings us to the conclusion of this video. I hope so you guys like this video. Please hit that like button if you like this, and please tell your views whether you like this session or not. Thank you guys for watching. I hope your day is good.